Okay. Thank you, everybody. JB Ricks, go ahead.
Coach, congrats on the win. First, I wanted to ask you about the energy that both sides played in this game tonight, and how proud are you of the way your team followed up the way they played in Virginia Tech? They played at Virginia Tech this weekend.
Well, first of all, Louisville is such a good basketball team and extremely well coached. The two games that we had played them have just been so competitive. Both sides, great players, great plays, and just the competition level is just at an all-time high. It's such a joy to be able to have a front row seat and watch both of these teams compete against each other. And tonight was unbelievable for both of us. It is very difficult to play high level games so close together. I mean, both of us played on Saturday, and then for us to come here on Monday at 7 o'clock and leave everything out there on the floor. I hope it was fun for me to watch, and my hope is that everybody else really enjoyed the competitive, fire and nature of both teams. And I'm really proud of our guys. One of the things that I talked about before the game is that to validate our performance, validate our win on Saturday, and what would make our win against Virginia Tech on Saturday even better would be to validate it by our energy, effort, and toughness and playing well against Louisville tonight. It wasn't perfect. There were times where we struggled on both ends of the floor. But, one of the things that we talk about is, stepping up and making plays when plays need to be had. And when we needed a defensive stop, we got a defensive stop. And when we needed a basket, we made a basket. And just really proud of our guys.
Chuck Welcher, go ahead.
Coach, as impressive as you guys were tonight, do you already kind of start gearing up to combat any complacency with several days off here before facing NC State Saturday?
No, not at all. I mean, well, we have tomorrow off, and then we'll start, with our preparation for NC State. They're a very talented, very good basketball team and terrific coaching staff, and they play extremely well at home. And so, it's late February. We're not, we've talked about this as a team. This isn't the time to take a deep breath, to relax, to take your foot off the gas pedal. Actually, it's the exact opposite. It's to floor it, in terms of our preparation and our practice and our play. And so we're focused on ahead and, in our preparation for NC State, but just continuing as a team to just get better and better. It's not a time to rest.
CL Brown.
Hubert, when you go to your bench, do you feel like is the philosophy more like you're stealing minutes for the starters since this team relies on its starters so much, or do you need to get more from that bench? I mean, tonight 2 points, first game against Louisville, no points in 21 minutes, and I think it's 20 minutes today off the bench.
Well, you're looking at the points. I'm looking at, the production. I really felt like the 4 minutes that Kerwin was in, he did some really nice things defensively, got a steal, and so and a couple of rebounds. Those are very beneficial to us. I thought Dontrez's athleticism, the 4 minutes that he was in, really allowed us on both ends of the floor to be able to match up with their size and athleticism. And I just thought Puff was fantastic off the bench. I don't just look at the points. I look at the energy, the effort, the plays. One of the biggest plays was Puff in the corner, the bounce pass to Brady for 2. And so his ability to be able to make plays with his length and versatility. And so, we didn't have a lot of minutes coming off the bench, but the minutes that were played by Dontrez, Puff, and Kerwin were very beneficial for us in order to have success and win tonight.
Brendan.
Hey, Hubert, I know you've mentioned a few times throughout the season that you wish you could coach Brady for more than one season. Sure,
Yeah.
that was again the case today, but just if you can go back, I know you guys wanted him, pretty quickly once he entered the portal, but when you were looking at that tape, how did you decide on that so quickly? What was it that stood out sort of immediately to you?
Well, his ability to, he wasn't just a shooter, it's just how he, played the game. Obviously he has a skill that's elite. He can shoot the basketball with great size. And so immediately when I saw the film, that's what I saw. But I also saw his ability to pass the basketball and just make fundamental plays consistently on both ends of the floor. And also, his success in the Big 12. That's for 4 years he was a starter and put up big numbers and played in big moments and big situations. And when I saw it on tape and then just confirmation for the first couple times, just talking to him, I just felt like he was a Carolina guy and it would be a joy to coach. Everyone keeps telling me this, that it's to enjoy it because it's rare to, I just really enjoy coaching him. I really enjoy being around him, and it feels like Brady has been here for 4 years. And I'm so thankful for him and his family for trusting me and trusting this university and this program, for somebody that has never lived outside of Oklahoma to just decide to come play for a coach in his first year in a new place, and the team loves him. He's a part of Carolina basketball for the rest of his life.
All right, we got time just a few more. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So on the topic of Brady, it seems like in the games that I've watched this season that Brady is usually one of the very first guys to take a shot on your first few offensive possessions. Do you intentionally call things for Brady to begin the game? Like, do you have a game script, so to speak, to follow, or is it just the ball finds him?
That's the really unique thing is I call very few specific plays for him. The ball just finds him. He knows how to get to open spots. When he sets ball screens, he knows when to pop, when to roll. He's a fantastic screener. And because he's an excellent passer, it puts him in position to be able to shoot and score. I'm sure on the scouting report on everyone says don't leave Brady, but somehow he finds a way to be open. But, another thing for Brady is he can score around the basket, and he can, there's some guys that can shoot when they're wide open, but they struggle when a defender is close by him. And Brady isn't that. Like, he can hit contested shots. And so, if you put a smaller guy on him, he can post up. If you put a bigger guy on him, he can shoot threes. And then his last basket where he put the ball on the floor and it was the jump shot at the baseline, he can even put the ball on the floor and hit a mid-range jump shot. And that was such a big time play by Brady.
Thank you.
Andrew Jones.
Coach, why was your team so effective keeping them to 3 points over the final 6 minutes of the game? And what does it say about them coming off the game they had just 2 days ago and the minutes those guys are playing, that they were able to dig down in those last 6 minutes and get those stops and limit Louisville to those 3 points?
Well, we our energy and our effort, especially the last 3 minutes of the game, that was the best that we played defensively. I felt at times we were tired. The game that we played against Virginia Tech on Saturday, and especially the guys that played big minutes, that's a quick turnaround. And I felt like at times they were fatigued, especially on the defensive end. Our rotations, our closeouts, they just weren't consistently great. And Louisville was able to get to the basket and score consistently in the paint. Then we just did a better job of guarding the ball. I felt like RJ and Caleb did a really good job on the ball with their pressure. Our bigs were up at the point of the screen where it didn't allow Louisville's guards to get downhill, and it actually put our big in better position to close out to the pick and pop guy, which allowed us to stay at home with their shooters. And so one of the things that I always say is the ball is the problem. And if you just take care of the ball, everything else will take care of itself. And so those last moments, those last 3 minutes, I thought we did an excellent job of defending on the ball, and it allowed us to be in position to defend off the ball because of our job that we did on the ball.
Thank you.
All right, Adam Smith, last one, wrap us up.
Hubert, you won your 20th game tonight on the season, and I know that used to be a magical mark in college basketball. Maybe showing my age here, but what are your thoughts on hitting 20 wins, and what does that mean to you as a coach?
I haven't had really time to think about it. To be honest with you, I think I'm just happy when we win. It is a big deal to get to 20 wins. Obviously, it's not our goal, and it's not our standard, and it's not where we want to stop. But, over the last 3 years, we haven't gotten to 20 wins. And so what I'm proud of is, I think that's great that we've gotten thus far to 20 wins, but how we've gotten there. This group has gone through a lot. We've gone through injuries, we've gone through lineup changes, and we're here. And not necessarily focusing on the 20th win, but just focusing on how much we have had to persevere to get to this point. So I'm really, really proud of the guys, but I'm not taking a deep breath. Our team is not taking a deep breath. We're not relaxing at all. And we have tomorrow off, and then it's full steam ahead in terms of our preparation for a really good NC State team on Saturday afternoon. But it feels good right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, guys.